Hey, good morning, everyone. It's 72 degrees, and we got some low clouds on the Texas side of the Toledo Bend Reservoir out there. And I look at that Toledo Bend Lake Country logo, and I think I need to get a trip out there, get a guided fishing trip, because I don't have a boat, and that was part of the deal. Like, I wasn't going to get a boat, like once or twice a year, get a guided fishing trip, go out, actually catch fish, and have some fun. So, looks like we just had a bass boat run through pretty quickly. I don't think he's going to come back. So it looks nice out there, even though the cars are kind of stopping and starting on this one. Sometimes that happens with the data stream there. Looking out west in Alexandria. There goes a plane. Let's see where he's going. Yes, I have an app where I can see that. This is the kind of stuff I do. I see a plane and I'm like, well, let's see what he's doing. Looks like he's going to San Salvador. Oh, how about that? All right, so that's what it looks like. Lots of traffic out there this morning. And Francine, not quite a distant memory yet, but we are seeing that circulation move off to the north, produce some rain up north, and no big flooding problems right now, it looks like, near that center, but there is still the threat for a few severe storms out across Alabama and perhaps Georgia today, maybe even into the Florida Panhandle. So still some impacts from Francine, but locally we are into that dry air and things are nice. We got down to 64 this morning. And it looks like today, upper 80s, humidity manageable. So I listen, the heat of summer is not over, but the oppressive, crazy, near 100-degree heat, I think we are done with that. So 67 degrees by 5 a.m. tomorrow. We're looking at lows once again in the 60s and highs today with lots of sunshine in the upper 80s to near 90. Going to be a quick one today. We have a little bit to talk about in the tropics, but nothing imminently threatening. Oh, that makes me think when we get to the tropical update, I'll rant just a little bit. Here's your futurecast for today. We have mostly clear skies. Everything rain-wise is going to be off to the north and to the east. So if you are headed to the beaches of Florida, something like that, you might run into some rain showers. And it looks like some severe weather is possible again near that center from Nashville through Atlanta and down toward Destin. Now, here is what we have out in the tropics right now. This is Tropical Depression 7. What's going to happen with 7? Not too much. Conditions not really favorable. In fact, it may get a name, and if it does, I believe that would be Gordon. And if it does, this is going to stay way out there. But this is a system that could get named, so I wanted to show you at least what was going on there. You've probably seen, because it's amazing how this stuff gets shared, somebody sharing a thing with another hurricane in the Gulf in 2 weeks, and it could happen. Of course it could happen. Anything could happen. I mean, I can't deny that. But you just saw how hard it was to forecast the impacts 3 days out. And maybe that's, my fault, but, every meteorologist around was pretty much saying the same thing with this. And we were following that NHC track, and maybe we'd lean a little bit one way, 50 miles or something like that. But to post something 2 weeks out as a legitimate threat is weird. So don't share that stuff. If you see that, just check those dates. It's always the same few sites that do it, and they get more run than I would ever dream of getting on this page, because they're different. They like to share those extreme scenarios. But no, there is not a hurricane forecast to be in the Gulf in 2 weeks. Could it happen? Of course. It could snow tomorrow. I mean, anything could happen. But tropical interest areas right now, I think we have that one off the Carolinas is at 30%. And I don't know, I think that one's so small down there, they're just trying to draw a face in those islands. That's a 20% chance for development down that way. And neither of these are of major concern to our area. In fact, for the next week, I don't think we see really much rainfall. We've taken rain chances down to about 20% at the peak. And here's what it looks like on your 7-day forecast here. So plenty of boredom. We deserve it. This is what we're looking at for highs, though. About 87 to 91. Overnight lows, now it's subtle, but upper 60s, low 70s. This is different than what we would see in July with like 76 to 78. So get a little refreshment there at night. Hey, this morning got down to 64. And so the heat index is not a problem. I don't foresee any heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, anything like that. But maybe a few showers there Sunday or Monday. But let's say you need to cut some hay, you need to get out in the field. I think we dry things out here over the next week, and you'll be able to do that. And beyond this, it looks like temperatures are going to be close to or above normal by a bit, and so will the precipitation outlook. Of course, we'll always be watching the tropics, but there is no credible threat out there this morning. And as Mom reminded all of us, it is Friday the 13th. So I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious, but I think we're going to be okay on that. Weather's great. Sunshine, lots of it. I stole that line. I think it's from Michael Scott from The Office. I steal most of my lines from sitcoms. So, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you back here tomorrow, sometime late morning. You know how Saturdays go, and we'll talk about how glorious it's going to be for the next week or so. And no big concerns, and we like a good break around here. All right, have a great Friday. Get to that weekend and enjoy it. I will see you back here in the morning.